Alright, hi, hello, welcome back to another video. And this video, you read the title, I love and hate my voice. That's right, like most people. One of the first videos I ever wanted to post was me talking about my voice and how I don't really like it per se. But I never made that video. Well, I guess technically that is this video. But the more I thought about, I don't hate my voice because I think it sounds bad or I think I sound weird. I mean, I do sound weird, but that's the reason I hate my voice. I hate my voice more so because of the attention it gets from people sometimes. At least back in like high school, middle school, and all that. Because it wasn't obviously the way I talk. If I talk too quickly, I start slurring my words. And if I but you can also hear that I have a pretty deep voice, I would say. Which never really bothered me. What does bother me, however, is it's probably really obvious. I don't really say my R's correctly that much. I kind of like, I don't know what's the best way to describe it. I guess it's like a speech impediment, I guess. I don't know if it is a speech impediment, but I don't really say my R's that well. And that's the thing that always really kind of bothered me because people will point it out. And people want to point it out to be like mean to me or to make fun of me for it. They just point it out because they thought it was, I don't know, a cool thing, I guess. I don't really know why people pointed it out, but they didn't. Well, I guess I do know why they pointed it out because it's a bunch of teenagers. I can think of a couple situations that come to mind immediately about my voice and the way I think about it. The first one that comes to mind, this was the first time I think I ever knew that I said my R's weirdly, was back in like 6th grade. I was walking with someone and then someone else came up besides us and I was talking and this person pointed out that, oh, you say your R's funny. You sound British. I don't know if I do sound British. Any British people could confirm on that. If I do, how terrible. But she pointed it out. She pointed that out, and I was okay. It didn't really bug me at the time because it's like, okay, I can't pronounce my R's correctly. That's fine. Well, you can still understand what I'm saying. Like, I can hear these recordings back, and I can still understand what I'm saying with the words I'm saying, even if they have like a really hard R in them. The letter, not the slur. Post editing me. I forgot to mention something. I don't know how I completely forgot this. Going to the whole R thing, me pronouncing my R's. I actually did take like a speech class in like 3rd grade, where every Wednesday I would go down to like some random room in my elementary school to like talk with like a speech lady. I don't really know what her position in the school was. I don't think she was like a speech therapist or anything. Maybe she was, but I would just go into a room and she would try to teach me how to pronounce words with the letter R's, like rabbit, truck, weather was probably one of them, and all that stuff. And I don't really know how it all worked because I don't actually, like, I was a kid and I don't think I've ever asked my parents this, so I don't know if this was only for like a year. It might have been multiple years actually. I don't know what was like the requirements for me to stop showing up and stop going. Maybe to a point where my voice got to a level where like it was understandable. I don't know, my voice was worse in the past. I don't know, but yeah, I would just go to the speech therapist lady. I don't even remember her name. I think her name was like Miss Speech or something. I'm not making that up. I swear to God, I think that was her name. And she would just try to help me learn a bunch of these words. I don't think most of them stuck, honestly. Oh, at the very least, I'm pretty sure I can say truck and rabbit fine because I'm pretty sure I can. But I think others I can't. And I wouldn't call it a waste of my time because it got me out of class, so that was nice. But I completely forgot to mention that when I was talking about, pronouncing R's and all that. That, yeah, I did get help for it. I don't know how I got help for it. I don't know how I got assigned to it, but I did. And on a side note, that room was kind of sketchy because it had no windows and it was like just in the middle of a hallway. It was really strange. It was just, I don't know what that room was used for apart from just like a classroom, but yeah, I completely forgot to mention that and just want to add that. But that was the first time. But the real major one, this one really bugged me. This is the one that really, I guess, got to me the most. Is one time in like 8th grade, I had to record a project with someone, with 2 other people, and we listened back to the audio recording and I hated it. It was the first time I heard myself speak, I'm pretty sure I have, and I heard how not only deep my voice was, but also how like I I assume this was because I spoke quickly, but like because I like slurred my words so much, it sounded really, really bad, and I hated it. And it was the first time I felt like, well, maybe not the first time, but it was one of the few times I ever felt like self-conscious about myself. A couple of another instance I can think of is like, this happened actually in 7th grade. Some girl, this girl was way too bubbly. She was too extroverted. She was way too there. She like would point out how like, actually she was the first person to point out how deep my voice is. The recording wasn't. This was the first time that someone pointed out how deep my voice was, because she asked me if I could sing, and I didn't answer her because I'm a very quiet person just by nature. And I think this made me even more quieter when people pointed out what my voice sounded like. It just made me hide more into my show because I didn't want to attract attention. So that's the things I don't like about my voice. But as the title goes, I also love my voice because, well, it's my voice. It's unique to me. No one else really has my voice. And also because, like I mentioned earlier, I've never been made fun of for my voice. I've never been like bullied for it. I've never been like called names because of it. It's just something people will point out and like be like, oh, you sound British because of the way you pronounce R's, or like, oh, it's kind of deep. Technically, only one girl ever pointed out how deep my voice is. And making these videos and listening back to the recordings of them, I don't even think my voice is that bad. I don't think it's like soothing, but I don't think it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's just whatever. It's just me. It's like, I can't hate that about myself. Yeah, I can nitpick things about it, like, you know, things here and there, but it's still my voice and it's unique to me and it makes me stand out. It makes me, you know, who I am. Can't hate on it. A funny instance actually popped into my mind. This has nothing really to do with like the way I speak and my voice, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm a really quiet person. I'm introverted, probably social anxiety and all that. And one time in 7th grade again, I was sitting like in a group of 3, and this guy, well, I guess, yeah, this guy, he said hi to me, and I said hi back to him. And this girl who sat between us, this must have been like the first time she ever heard me speak, because she was like astounded that I can actually like speak, that I spoke, that wasn't just a mute. And that was just hilarious to me, because I get that same reaction all the time from people that like, oh, too quiet, that I'm too quiet, and that like, you know, should speak more, whatever. But you know, this is not about my voice, but another instance I remember in 8th grade, kind of going with the whole quietness thing. I sat with this group of 4 people in groups, pods. No, pods would be 3, right? Whatever. And I hated these people, by the way. These people were like assholes, honestly. These people kind of, the guy, it was 2 girls and 1 guy, and the guy was fine. He was okay. He never really spoke. And there was 2 girls. One of the girls was like new to the school, and they just were mean, honestly. And I remember around the end of the year, I guess I must have just like finally snapped or whatever. I just had enough, because like I just like for the first time ever, one of the girls, I actually talked, and one of the girls was shocked that I talked, and she told me to like, you know, stop talking, be quiet and all that. She said it's like in a joking manner and all that, but like, I'm kind of a pretty sensitive person, not like feelings wise, or like I get offended easily, but more so like, especially with like, as being quiet as I am, if someone tells me to kind of like shut up or be quiet, it does really get to me. And it kind of did make me mad's not the right word, sad's not the right word, I guess like passive aggressive. That's kind of what I get when I become like annoyed about upset about something. I get passive aggressive, which probably isn't the best thing because it's probably not healthy, but I became just passive aggressive with this girl. And I don't remember exactly what she said. She said something and I just called her stupid. And I remember specifically she got like really like insulted by this. I don't know why, there are far worse things I could have called her, but she got annoyed to the point that she kind of told on me. But the teacher and no one else believed her, because everyone already knew me as the quiet kid who's too nice. I wouldn't say anything mean or ever, never. And I didn't get in trouble for it. No one believed it. It was really funny to me. There's nothing to do with my voice, but I just thought it was a funny story that had something to do with me speaking, so why not include it? But going back to the topic about my voice, it's it's strange because, like I said, I love my voice and I hate my voice. You know, I hate my voice because I do think it sounds weird. I do think it's like it would grab your attention because of how the deepness doesn't bother me, but just how like some words I don't really say correctly. If I talk too quickly, I slur my words. I sometimes speak really quietly. Even friends sometimes have trouble understanding what I'm saying because of it, and all that. But also love my voice because it's my voice. Can't really change it per se. So why not just embrace it? Kind of another reason I'm talking about this is because recently, and I didn't watch the full video, but I saw someone post a video about how much they hated their voice, and I watched the first like minute or two, and I gotta be honest, the guy just had like an average voice. Like he just had like a nice voice. It was fine, but it just didn't make me realize that, like, yeah, even if you have a good voice, you still, you know, since I think it comes down to the recording. I think most people notice you sound way worse in recordings than you do in real life. I think it's probably what happened with this guy, where his voice was fine. He sounded just like a normal dude, but I guess kind of just goes to show you, even if you have a average voice, you'll still, you know, think you have a terrible voice because, well, it's not as good as these other people's voices, which I do that a lot too, where, especially with some Minecraft videos, like, this is a good example. What's the name of the channel? I think it's Baby Jamie. He tells Minecraft stories while playing Minecraft, and a lot of people in the comments would just comment about how like soothing his voice is, how nice his voice is, and it's like, yeah, it's true, his voice is nice. And sometimes I get a bit envious about that. They're like, oh, he has such a nice voice, why can't my voice be like that? But again, my voice makes me me, makes me unique, makes me who I am, and even though my voice isn't as soothing as his, it's not terrible. I could probably read stories. I'm going to, no matter what, because I want to. But I think with something like your voice or anything that you can't change completely, you can hate it all you want, but I think it's better to just embrace it and be like, you know what, it makes me me. It makes me who I am. It makes me unique. It makes me stand out. You know, if I can't change it, I might as well embrace it. I have the same thing with like physical appearances, but that's a different video. Ooh, I'm back again because I forgot something else again. I completely forgot to mention that when I hear my voice, I don't sound as monotone. And even in these recordings, I don't think I sound too monotone, but I think I come across with the same level of energy and personality that I do to myself. Like right now, I feel like I'm a little bit more, what's the word? Not jolly, that's not it. But I feel like I have more personality in my voice when I hear it or when I'm talking. But when I'm hearing it back, some of it comes across, but some of it doesn't. Like my voice sounds normal to me. Like I can hear some words being mispronounced incorrectly, but it just sounds average. My voice doesn't sound deep. It doesn't sound like I'm slurring my words. And I start speaking too quickly. And yeah, I just want to throw this in there because, again, it completely slipped my mind that when I hear my voice, I don't sound as monotone, if you will. I don't sound like there's no personality. It doesn't sound deep to me. It sounds just fine. I'm probably reading things at this point, just want to include a monotone thing. I don't hate my physical appearance either. That it'd be the same case as my voice. Well, I love my physical appearance and I hate my physical appearance. Same thing. But yeah, let me know if anyone else, you know, suffers the same thing. I'm sure a lot of people do. Especially if you like record content or something, you probably also get tired of your own voice because of like how it sounds and all that. But yeah, hope all of you have a nice day. You know, like and subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.